Counter-Strike 2 pro players are boycotting, not because the game is currently in a lackluster state, but over cadiaN and his increasingly controversial signing to Astralis, which has only gotten worse in the last few days. Before we get into today's video, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Cash App. Cash App makes it easy to send, spend, save, and invest your money with built-in features like overdraft protection, instant transaction alerts, card lock, high-yield savings, and more. And thanks to Cash App, we are able to bring you another exclusive documentary about one of the most exciting pro leagues out there, Valorant Game Changers. Check it out over on our YouTube channel, and for a truly seamless financial experience, check out Cash App using the link in the description. Okay, so by now we all know about cadiaN and his surprise signing to the 4-time major winning org, Astralis. For a quick and dirty rundown, they basically needed to get Device off of IGL, and cadiaN, well, he's Danish. However, this move also means that he's reuniting with players who allegedly backstabbed him, the team loses its anchor, and cadiaN hasn't been great in CS2 so far. Now, I thought that was going to be the end of things until we saw them play, which was going to be today, at Blast. But one thing that myself and many others missed in this whole whirlwind was that Astralis missed the transfer deadline by weeks, meaning it was too late for a substitute, and cadiaN would not be able to play with them at this event. But guess what? He did anyway, which leads us to the boycott. According to a report by HLTV, teams attending Blast were sent an email stating that Astralis would be given an emergency sub due to a medical emergency of one of the players. That player obviously being Bro. However, as HLTV pointed out, Bro having a medical emergency is an odd thing to keep off the announcement of cadiaN. I mean, we don't need to know exactly what's going on with him, but you'd think the team would at least want to mention it. And some have said that's because it may be completely bullshit. You see, Bro's agent took to Twitter and stated that his player was perfectly fine. No medical condition, just benched. And please keep reaching out if you're interested in signing him. Now, HLTV reached out to both Blast and Astralis, and despite not confirming if they actually had any proof of the medical emergency, each party said that the rules were being followed. No one really seemed to believe this for a second, but shit like this happens more often than one would hope, especially with Blast for some reason. Because of that, I was assuming that after everyone had huffed and puffed a bit over this, it would all blow over, but it definitely hasn't. It of course started with memes as well as some legitimate anger, but it eventually turned into pro players taking this issue into their own hands. On August 23rd, almost every IGL tweeted out the same sentence around the same time. I might be unfit for Blast Media tomorrow, including Twists, cadiaN, Apex, and Snappy. Again, fans joked about the tweets and some wondered whether these team captains would actually go through with any of this, but the following day, all but 2 IGLs were absent from the media day. This resulted in most orgs having these ridiculous team photos where they're all missing a player. cadiaN was obviously in attendance, but apparently this boycott also caused a roundtable interview with him to get cancelled. Also there was Spirit's IGL Chopper, not too sure why he chose to attend. There could have been a number of reasons, including the fact that it seems like most of this went down on Twitter. Regardless of him being there, it does seem like Spirit shares the exact same sentiment because after the media day, every IGL but cadiaN signed a letter sent to HLTV standing firmly against this decision by Blast. In the letter, they say that this breaks the rules, and that teams have been denied like this before, so why is Astralis getting preferential treatment? They also say that this event can significantly impact the RMR rankings that could affect the qualifications for future events. And if Bro is actually having a medical emergency, Astralis' coach Rugga should be the one to step in, as the rules state. But most poignantly, in the letter, they say that if Bro is actually 100% healthy, they stand against the exploitation of physical and mental health to justify something like this. The words were strong from the IGLs, but words that pretty much everyone seemed to agree with. In response to the shitstorm, Blast has said that they take claims like this from orgs at face value, and had no reason to believe that Astralis would lie. Astralis' CEO, Nikolai Nyholm, who also happened to be the founder of Blast once upon a time, told Dust2 that him not giving evidence to Bro's situation was to protect the young player as well as follow strict Danish laws, but then said pretty much nothing else about the situation other than that he's okay with getting hate. As it stands, that's where we are. There's no news of any further boycotting for this event, but this whole situation feels like it's far from over. In a tweet, Liquid's IGL Twist pointed out just how fucking insane of a precedent this situation could set. Astralis basically decided that Bro was having a medical emergency whether he actually was or not. Not himself, not his agent, but the org that essentially just fired him. Aside from an insane overstep in personal boundaries, this could have also harmed his future prospects. This truly makes Astralis look like a cold, evil villain now more than ever. And just to add to this clown show, Bro is now apparently trying out for ENCE. Now obviously I feel the worst for Bro. Even if things do work out, he got the shit end of the stick here. But at the same time, and I may be alone here, I kind of feel bad for cadiaN. Listen, this makes everyone on Astralis look bad, which sucks. But cadiaN has already been embroiled in so much controversy, it just seems like he can't catch a break. And look, if the move couldn't have been done 2 weeks earlier to meet that deadline, just have him wait for what should have been his first event, IEM Rio, which is going to be a sick-ass event. Hell, they lost today, which I'm sure stings, but even if they go on to win, maybe especially if they go on to win, it's only going to piss people off even more, making me really question if all of this was worth it. That's the thing, it's like if they do start to make it further in this event, does it get to the point where like, okay, they're in the quarterfinals, like teams agree, like we're not showing up to the game, like we'll just forfeit. We'll forfeit the whole match. Obviously it's hard because they're like they said in the letter, they're fighting for points, right? And like there's money on the line,